Welcome back, citizens. Today we're going to be talking about the update in Helldivers 2 and whether or not it is upholding democracy. No doubt everyone has already seen the patch notes for Helldivers 2 that just recently came out this week. Now, there was a lot of things that were added. For example, we've got the mobile suits, the mech suits there. They're pretty cool. They were added in. A lot of balance changes, weapon updates, both nerfs and buffs for various weapons. And we're not going to be talking about all the patch notes or anything like that. But what we are going to be going into is how much fun is the game right now as of today after the update, and are any of the new features worth using, and all of the balance changes, what have they done to the game actually? Not what it says on paper, but how it actually feels. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, whether or not this game is still worth playing or not. So strap in your boots into your pod and get ready for a launch, citizen. We're going in. Well, fellow citizens, what I have to say about this game is, yes, it is still worth playing. This game is still a lot of fun, not without its issues, and there are some issues that I have, but for the most part, this game is still a lot of fun. Now, the update that happened a couple weeks ago did kind of detour me a little bit from my initial, it's a lot of fun, because it kind of screwed some stuff up and made things really, really hard, and all of a sudden you had infinite spawns popping out of the ground, endless, you couldn't do anything, so that kind of sucked for a moment. But this patch seems to have balanced some things not as much as I would like, but it did seem to balance some of the spawn issues that were happening, especially in those harder difficulties 7, 8, and 9. That being said, I wish they did a better job recalibrating the weak spots on the heavily armored things like the rhinos, the chargers, for example. It seems like even though I'm shooting them in the mouth or I'm shooting them in the back of the leg, it still isn't just doing the damage that it's supposed to do. It seems like before I could two-shot these chargers in the leg here with the auto rifle, and now it's sometimes like 5 shots, sometimes it's 1 shot. It seems very inconsistent. I don't know what's going on with the coding, but I'm talking about the times where I'm not missing. Because there's times where we all miss, right? Sometimes you accidentally hit the back because it moved, or you just whiff it completely. I'm talking about direct hits that should be doing the damage that it did, that it's not. And I don't know if that's just me. And if it's not, if it is just me, put it down in the comments. And if it's not just me, put it down in the comments. Let me know what you guys are seeing in the game too, because I am curious. And I would like to know what's happening with everybody else. But that being said, they did balance a lot of other things. As far as the weapons and the balancing with the weapons, I don't notice too much of a change for what I was using. I'm pretty much using the breaker. I love the breaker. I think it's great. And I haven't noticed an increase or decrease, even though it got something. It got a nerf or something, and I don't remember what it was, and it doesn't make any difference to me. It just doesn't seem like it changed anything. As far as a couple other guns, I noticed some had reduced ammo mags and whatnot, so I did notice a little bit of change, but not too much or anything that's really changing the way that I'm playing. I would like to see a balance come out for the spear. The spear I like to use. I kind of stopped using it. I'm now using the auto recoil rifle, but the spear seems to sometimes lock on quick and easy and good, and other times the thing could be standing still and it just refuses to lock on, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I just wish it would be a little bit more consistent with the targeting of that gun, because I actually like the rocket itself. It does a good amount of damage. I like the animation of it where it goes up and comes down. It's a fun weapon to use, and I would like to use it more. It's just sometimes you get in a situation where you just can't shoot it, and that kind of sucks. So a little bit more balancing that obviously needs to be done, a little bit more patchwork. For example, sometimes I'll kill a rhino, and then all of a sudden 2 more chargers pop out of its corpse. Just pop right out of its corpse. And then I kill those 2, and then 2 more pop out of each one of those corpse. And it's an obvious it's an obvious bug and glitch, but I would like to see that fixed. Now, it does seem that that's happening a little less since this last patch, but I have had it happen, and specifically only in the maps with the Terminid control gas, whatever it's called, the extermination gas. Those maps seem to be the only ones right now that I'm getting crazy, not crazy amounts of bugs, but a good amount of glitches in. All the other maps, I seem to have kind of less than I was having before, but in those specific maps, those specific zones, missions, whatever you want to call it, those seems to be the ones that have the most glitches for me and have caused the most trouble, to the point where sometimes we can't even get close to beating it, because when you're trying to do it, there's so many infinite spawns happening. There's like hundreds of bugs around, and I couldn't even, countless amounts of biles, countless amounts of chargers, and it's just too much, and I just can't handle it. It's just too much for any group to handle. Unless you're, I guess, with the hackers, which I don't understand why people are hacking this game. It seems ridiculous to hack this game. But the people that are spawning in infinite mortars and have infinite health and are getting infinite materials at the end. I can't believe there's hacking. I was looking this up this morning, and I'm like, people are really hacking in this game? Imagine being so bad at the game that you have to hack it so you can brag to your friends about how good at the game you are. Everybody has to get better at any game that they play, and that's part of what gives you a sense of accomplishment when you progress and you start progressing into harder tiers and difficulties and getting things done, right? So, guys, don't cheat. Just play the game. Learn how to play the game. I really don't care if people are cheating. I just don't get it for this game at all. Like, at all. But that I digress. That's something completely different. Okay, as far as the new things that they've put in with the last update, like the mech suit, for example, I love the mech suit. It's so cool. I wish I could have it all the time and not have to wait for, what, like 10 minutes for the cooldown? I'm not complaining about that. That's fine. I get it totally. But I wish I could constantly be in the mech suit, because it's fun when you've got a huge swarm of stuff and you just unleash holy hell with the Gatling gun on everything that's there. And then when a charger comes up or a bio monster, you're like, hey, what's up? Boom, 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 with the missiles. And it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy the mech suit, and I have a good time. I don't have a good time in it when I'm slightly turning to the right or left and I nuke myself with a missile for no reason. That kind of sucks. But, and I know they said they fixed that, I think, in the patch, right? But I still killed myself that way 3 times last night. So, I don't know, maybe a little bit more tweaking may be necessary, but I love the mech suit. I love the mech suit. It is great. Fantastic. So much fun to play. Make sure you purchase it when you can. It's 20,000 credits, so make sure you have that much money, and then use it, because it's a lot of fun. If you haven't used it, you're missing out. But I think you got to be level 25 for it also. So that's the other thing. If you're like level 16 or whatever, you got to level up a little bit. But a lot of fun, really enjoy it. I do like the new mission with the terminated control gas thing going on, where we're trying to exterminate them from the 4 planets and everything. And I think we're getting close on at least one of them to finishing off one. So that's cool. And I do like the new mission, but like I said, it seems a little glitchy sometimes. But I like the concept of it. I like doing it. And I like that it's a 40-minute map, because if you want, you can go kind of explore a little bit and do things. And not that you can't do this in the other 40-minute maps, but it feels like once you finish the 3 objectives, the main objectives for this mission, it feels like it's a complete success and you can just go exfil. And most groups I've been in, that's what we do. We just go exfil right away. And you don't even feel like you have to do more, like you're wasting your time or something. And so, I don't know. That's just the way it feels to me. I really enjoy the new mission. I just want it to be not buggy all the time, if you know what I mean. All right, so I finished this recording the next day. As of today, we've actually finished off one of the planets. I think it was Fenrir, and they launched the new battle pass, the 3rd battle pass, and I really like it. There's some really cool stuff in there. Haven't bought it yet, but I will be getting it. I think I have one more free currency I can unlock in the regular battle pass, and that will give me enough to actually buy the new one, because I'm being stingy. But it's nice. I like some of the stuff in there. You get some more tan stuff, which is good, because all the tan colored items that I have, I don't really like them that much, and they look kind of newbie-ish to me. And so there's some new ones in there that I can kind of play around with and add to the collection. A new cape that has green in it, which is good, because I thought the 2 green capes that we currently have access to are kind of lame. The one is very lame. It's very basic, just like a solid green long cape. And the other one has a small design on it, which is whatever. But I wanted something a little different, and the one that's in the new Battle Pass looks pretty good. And so I'm pretty happy with that. There's some new weapons in there and grenades that I want to try out and see how they work out. And it's always good to have more cosmetics and banners and all of that as well. So happy with the new Battle Pass thingy that they came out. I forget what they call it in that game. But very happy with it, and I hope they keep bringing more out. I would like it if we're in like a season or something to maybe not have so many that come out for $10 each, because it seems like that might get a little ridiculous and a little pay to win, not pay to win, but a little money hungry. You know, I don't want to see this game turn into Fortnite where you have something new like every 3 days or whatever, that you're constantly just shoveling money out for. But I don't have a problem giving some money to this game. So maybe if they came out and they were a little cheaper, a little less expensive, especially if you already owned previous ones. Maybe if you bought one, you got a 50% discount on another. Or, I don't know. Just something to make it sting a little less, because one of the big things that drew me into this game, and I think a lot of people, was the $40 price point, which was awesome, and it's totally worth your money, totally worth the value you pay for the game. But in order to get some of these other cosmetics, you're now having to dish out $20 total for the initial premium battle pass, and now this new premium battle pass that's $20 total. That brings it to a $60 game, so we're still not at the $70 AAA release price point yet, but we're getting there. And if things keep coming out like this, then we will reach that and surpass it relatively quickly and early on. And I don't want to see that for this game, because I do think that will turn some people off, and it will turn me off a little bit as well. So let's just be mindful of the pricing, guys. Thank you. Otherwise, very happy with the updates. I like all the stuff that they've added. I can't wait to see more things that are added in both premium and the free battle passes and so on and so forth. I want to see more stratagems. I'm hoping we get more ships, so we can actually kind of customize the ships a little bit. It's like you have a ship section in the stratagem area. You have a ship section, I think. And so I'd like to see, you know, some ship options there. I think that would be cool. And maybe the ability to slightly customize the interior of your ship, so when your friends join, you know, it's different than their ship. I don't know. Just an option. Not a make or break it, but I'd like to see it. Other than that, the game has been great, though. I've had a ton of fun. My wife, my brother, me and my friends, we've all just been kind of goofing off on there, hanging out. You get some really fun moments still with your friends where things are going kind of haywire, and then all of a sudden one of your friends kind of accidentally drops some mortar on the whole team, and you all die, and you're all just like, what are you doing? It's a lot of fun, and especially when you're playing with friends and people you know, then the game really kind of comes into its own. Then I think when you're playing with randoms, it can be fun, but it's more of you're much more mission oriented, and there's less of the goofing off. You know what I mean? And even in Helldivers, the Helldiver difficulty with your friends, it's still a ton of fun. So definitely pair up with the people you know. You won't regret it for sure. All right, guys. So to wrap up, game definitely still worth playing. It's not perfect, of course. I mean, what massive multiplayer game releases now in perfect condition? I mean, this game released in better condition than most AAA games release in now. So yeah, there's that. But definitely worth playing. It's still a lot of fun. It has its moments of agitation. It definitely does. But that's more also when you're playing on pretty hard difficulties, like the later on ones. You can see the video that's been up in this. It's been all Helldive difficulty. And so that definitely can cause some agitation, especially if you're playing with randos. Nobody's talking on the mic. There's no communication. Everybody's accidentally killing each other. So it happens. It is what it is. But it is a lot of fun as a game. And like I said, when you're with a group, it's just the best. So definitely play the game. If you stop playing it for a minute because you got frustrated with something after the update or whatever, go back to it now. Check it out. See what's going on. Maybe change your loadouts. Change your weapon systems. And try something different. Like I said, I love the Breaker. I use that exclusively right now. Although there's some new ones I am going to try here. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate everybody. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're doing in the game, how you're enjoying the game, and what's going on. Let me know what your favorite gun is. Let me know what your favorite missions to do are. And if you're enjoying the new content, whether it be the mech or the new mission, let me know what you guys think of everything. And if you disagree with something I said, put it in the comments. Be respectful, but put it in the comments. Let me know. I'll respond back. Otherwise, thank you for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. But until then, take care, you citizens.